Greetings everyone, this is Alt Lexington of Meriki Command, playing my science officer character called Fred. Today we're going to be playing the 15th episode from the Klingon War story arc as seen by a Federation perspective. It's called Night of the Comet. Even assistance from an old friend may not be enough to stop the Davidian threat in time. Let's hail them and find out what our contact has to say. Franklin Drake from Section 31. We've determined that the Davidians are using the trionic energy of Difference Comet to ease their entire entry into our phase variance. That is the cause of all the incidents in the neutral zone. But it's worse than that. It's possible that given the amount of trionic and temporal energy in that comet, that the Davidians will be able to destabilize the area of space surrounding the comet enough that they will pull it and everything in it into their phase variance. In essence, they're trying to steal an entire sector. The resulting effects to the surrounding space would make the destruction of Romulus look like the popping of a party favor. The only thing we can do to stop it is destroy the comet before the Davidians can use it. It's not enough to do it in the present, because the Davidians would still have access in the 23rd century when the comet moves past Rosanna Station. We have to destroy it there. You'll need your ship this time, so you can't use the Davidian portal on the station. I can help you get to the past, but you'll need to follow my instructions precisely. Good luck. Go to Bepi 113 system in the Beta Quadrant. Save the past from the Davidians. You will receive 26,000 skill, 29,000 expertise, 576 dilithium, and choose one of the following: a Federation Type 3 phaser rifle, a Federation Type 2 phaser pistol, or a Klingon disruptor pistol. Well, everybody wants this one because it's pretty good, so that's what I'll be playing for. An old style Federation rifle from Captain Kirk's era. So let's accept the mission and find our way to Bepi 113, wherever that is, and it's down here. So click on it for auto navigation, and my Ferengi Nandi ship with all its texture glitching will go there. Just a quick look at its loadout while we're here. Herald anti-protons. Just basic space gear that I got off the exchange because I haven't got any sets yet. Something to increase shield resistance to draining, something to improve its healing, and something that will help improve its draining of other people's shields, and something to help the science abilities. Neutronium hull and antiproton mag chambers. I hope these antiproton mag chambers will work with these antiproton herald weapons. All accuracy crit D and crit H. I've got no mastery on this ship yet because I haven't used it in a space battle yet, and you won't see its stats from sector space. So we're making our way to Bepi 113, and I suspect you won't be seeing much of this ship's exterior during this mission, but you might see what it's loaded with in action. Here we are at Bepi 113. There's the planet, that's probably where the mission starts. There we are, enter Bepi 113 system. Night of the Comet. Incoming hail. Do you want me to put it on the main view screen? Okay, Gret, put it on the view screen. Oh, it's you, Franklin Drake. You should feel privileged, Bet. My name is Fred. I've tried to rename myself so many times and it hasn't worked. Very few people ever get to see this system. My organisation has gone to a lot of trouble to keep it off the navigational charts. Yeah, you mean section 31. This star is ideal for what starship pilots call a slingshot. Section 31 uses it from time to time to deal with problems that take a more creative approach to solve. Your best chance of getting back to the point in time where you need to be is to use the star's gravity to accelerate your ship to such a high speed that you will be able to access the time continuum. I've taken the liberty of having the light speed breakaway calculations added to your ship's database. You will need to hit a series of points as you move around the star. After you make your approach, you should see a navigational beacon. Aim for it, and you will have the correct trajectory for the slingshot. This is a tricky maneuver, Fred. If you don't hit each point in the correct order, it won't work. I hope your helm officer is up to the task. One more thing before you start. I also added a hollow emitter to your vessel. You will appear to be a Klingon D7 with the appropriate access codes for the time period, but still have access to all of the 25th century firepower you will need to deal with the Comet. Don't alter the timeline any more than you have to. Destroy the Comet and stop the Davidians, but other than that, try to stay out of trouble. I'd wish you luck, but I have a feeling you wouldn't think I was being sincere. We're ready to engage the hollow emitter and start our run around the star on your command, Captain. Okay, so now I look like a D7, but I've still got my Herald weapons, and I've got to accurately do a slingshot around the star, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to hit the right points correctly. I might have to try it 2 or 3 times to get around the star. So it's fly through graviton catapult 1. So here we go, let's see if we can do it. See how many goes it takes to get through. Each catapult makes you go a little faster. There we go, we're picking up speed. Here we go, through the second one. And now for the third one, whoa. And the fourth one. And the fifth one. Aim for it, got it. We got it first time, whoa. I thought I'd have to do that 2 or 3 times. There be whales here. It feels like being reborn, travelling through time, and here we are in the past. I swear this has happened before. Captain, Based on the decay elements in this system, we have arrived approximately 150 years in the past, somewhere around the Earth year 2265. Sir, incoming hail. It's from a Constitution-class starship, identifying it as the USS Reuben James. Putting it on screen now. Attention, unidentified ship. I am Commodore Jacob Ross, in command of the USS Reuben James. We have been searching for a Klingon vessel reported to have attacked a colony in the Glissi system. You fit the description of the ship we are looking for. Unless you can prove that you are not, we will take immediate action. So, he's from the past, but he's on a galaxy bridge. Very good. Okay. Continue. Captain, the Reuben James has closed the channel. They are not responding to hails and weapons are charging. We cannot seriously damage Commodore Rosa's ship without risking damage to the timeline, but we must defend ourselves and complete our mission. Recommend we fight to disable. Continue. Okay, let's get him. My first look at my herald weapons. Ooh, they're a bit different to normal anti-protons. Got him. He's still shooting even after we got him. Now, before it says beam to the station on the mission tracker, but before I do that, oh, then I'll do it now. I was going to scan. To any ships in range, please, we need help. I don't know what these things are, but they're all over the station. They're killing people. Please, you have to help us. Okay, I'll help you. Captain, the comet approaching the station is triolic energy. Captain, the comet approaching the station. Its triolic energy is making it easier for the Davidians to manifest. The people on the station don't have any way to fight them. We will have to help or they will die. They will all die. So let's beam to the station. Except that was the comet we just saw as I panned around. So we're beaming to a 23rd century station, or was it 24th century? I keep getting it mixed up. 2365, is it? Captain, I'm reading multiple Davidian life signs. We will need to work quickly to clear the station of their presence. Very well. Oh look. There just happens to be something to scan over there. Oh, the Davidians have appeared. They're no match for my crew and my TR-116 rifles. Scanduranium ore. There we go. Let's go a bit deeper into the station to see what the Davidians are up to. This old style Star Trek station. Sir, I don't think anyone here appreciated the Davidians crashing their party. I'm detecting weapons fire, broken glass and signs of a struggle. It's a bar fight, sir, and we'll need to quell it if we want any chance at stopping the Davidians. The temporal prime directive is in effect, sir. Recommend we set all weapons to stun to minimize possible damage to the timeline. Okay then, a heroic Ferengi will stop a bar fight in honor of Quark on Deep Space Nine. The Vidians crashed the party. Did we get them all? I don't think so. There's more over there in that room. And one of them's a big one again. I don't know if these science abilities work against Davidians. Draw them out and kill them. I keep pressing the wrong button. That guy packed a wallet. And he had some fancy tricks on him. I'm getting a bit of rubber banding. But that looks like that room is clear. And the main lounge is clear. Let's see if we can get another room over here by the looks of things. Yep, they're in there. Let's go for the big guy first. My crew is down. Let's get them back up again. Using that paradox corrector. Oh, it looks like we saved this room as well. And there's a scannable in here. More duranium. And one more area, the other side of the bar. Memory serves, there might be a really big one in here. Nope, we can't get through that door. Hang on, I'm getting a lot of rubber banding here. Or freezing up, lagging. So are we missing something? Defeat Davidians on Drazana Station. Yeah, we are missing something somewhere. Let's have a look on the map. Ah, there's something back the way we came. There they are, and there's the big guy. If I draw his fire, I can allow my crew to get the flank on him. If my crew is down. Well, those don't do anything then. Or at least not fast enough. I'll give you one strip of latinum to resurrect me. You have to pay Ferengi to do their duty. I think we got him. Right, dock his pay, he's unconscious on his job. Do not attempt to stop us. We hunger, we must feed. Leave immediately, or I will amplify the distortion and destroy this station. You will not survive. Shrouded Phantasm. Yep, okay. Hey, those things are holed up in the lounge and they've got some of my customers in there with them. The door is barricaded, but a few hits with a phaser should take care of it. Get my people out of there. Well, I would have done that before if you'd told me. I believe they're in here, and there's a really big one in here. A really big Davidian in here. Yep, there he is with the Ophidian. Wow, he's not going down easily. I've got to back off a bit. He's hard to see, he keeps phasing in and out. But then he is a Davidian. That's what they do. And I'm down again. See if I can call for help rather than respawning. Because if you can get up without respawning, you're not really dead. You haven't really been defeated if you can get up without respawning. Or at least that's my take on it. Ah, there are portals in here we have to destroy as well. Because if we don't destroy the portals, more will come. More Davidians will come through them. Time to be more aggressive. Headshots. I've already died twice in this mission now. It's funny, back on Drozana Station, the 25th century one, we were able to close those portals with activate those portals with one shot. Now we happen to be closing them. Ah, looks like it's all cleared up and we got them. No scannables in here? No, but there is someone to talk to. Hello, Scotty. How you doing? Hi, Scotty. Beat me up. Montgomery Scott. Thanks for the help, friend. What were those things? Dan's spirit snuck up on me. I noticed a spike in trionic energy and was working to adjust the station's shields to compensate. I went to fetch a hyperspanner and I was attacked. If you help me, I can finish my repairs before the trionic energy reaches lethal levels. Okay, to know, Scotty. By the way, you can call me Scotty. Ah, he likes me. I get to call him what his friends call him. Not much of a runner, are you, Scotty? You just walk around. I mean, it's not like there's an emergency happening. Not like there's loads of bodies on the ground. Let's just ignore those bodies. Let's just go straight past them. Don't bother trying to resurrect them. Just leave them there with their brain energy sucked out. That's a funny looking, what do you call it you got there? Whatever he said, I can't remember. I come here for a few days. I can never read those bubbles, they go by too quick. Talk to Lieutenant Commander Scott. Alright there, Scotty. Just as I suspected, the trionic energy is increasing. We'll be cooked like a haggis if you don't do something about it. There's a wee store on this station. The lass who runs it, Cassidy, said they might be getting in a supply of the new quantum flux regulators, Mark II versions. If we had one of those regulators, I could modify the flux coordinating sensors and use them to modulate the shields protecting the station. That would buy us some time. Go find Cassidy. She'll know where they are. Get a quantum flux regulator from Cassidy. Okay, Scotty, my favourite character in all of Star Trek. Basically because he was a drinker. And I got me beer today. We got to go and talk to this Cassidy and get that spoiled brat her very specific drink. And I haven't researched what drink she wants, so I'm probably going to have to do it several times to get the drink right. She really is high maintenance, this Cassidy. I'm surprised Mr. Scott's interested in her. Talk to Cassidy. Where's my flux regulators? What were those things? They were floating, and then one looked at me and I feel so weak, and then it lifted me up and It was horrible. Yes, Cassidy, it was about to suck out your brain. Are you looking for something from the store? A quantum what? I'm sorry, I'm just too scared right now to think about selling anything. I'm closing down until I get my wits about me. Maybe it would be best if I packed up and went back to Sherman's planet. What can I do to help? I don't know. Maybe a nerve tonic would soothe me. Can you get one for me? I suppose I have to. Get Cassidy a nerve tonic. I don't remember what kind of tonic she wants, but let's try. What can I get you? I need a nerve tonic. A nerve tonic? Almost every culture in the galaxy has nerve tonics. Most worlds have multiple variations, and everyone thinks the one that their grandmother made is better than all the rest. Look, I tend bar at a commerce station in the middle one of this quadrant's busiest trade routes. It's my job to be able to make anything you want, but you have to be specific. I could make you 14,647 different nerve tonics, 18,397 if you're Boolean. So what kind do you want? Tell you what, one of the waitresses should be able to help you narrow down what kind of nerve tonic would be best. Talk to one of them and then come back. I'm sure we can make exactly what you need. Okay, one of the waitresses. Well, there's only one waitress that I can see, and that's this Orion chick. Talk to Silly. Who do you think you are? First the lights go all strange, then these weird creatures show up, and worst of all, you're here picking fights with my best customers. Look at dear, brave, handsome Captain McQueen here. He could have been killed. You should be ashamed of yourself. About the nerve tonics. Nerve tonics? How can I think about nerve tonics when my sweet Captain McQueen is injured? If you want to know about any sort of exotic beverage, go ask that drunken Scotsman. I mean Lieutenant Commander Scott. He knows more about alcohol than anyone I've ever met. While you do that, I'm going to make my sweet prince all better. Somebody's getting laid tonight. Continue. So let's go and talk to Scotty about Cassidy's nerve tonic. Might have to take notes with a pen. Okay, there's Mr. Scott, and let me get my pen out just in case. Talk to Lieutenant Commander Scott. Did you get the quantum flux regulator? No! Cassidy's being a little brat. Do you know about nerve tonics? Nerve tonics? Ark, you don't look like you need one of those. These wee beasties are troublesome, but they're not as bad as a ship full of angry Romulans. Now, I've been known to enjoy the occasional nip of Scotch whisky. That's the only nerve tonic you'll ever need. Why do you need to know about them? I'm looking for a nerve tonic for Cassidy. Oh, for Cassidy. Now that makes sense. She's a bonny lass, that Cassidy, and more than willing to spend a little time with the right Starfleet officer, if you know what I mean. But she hasn't got the stomach for fighting. Is she alright? I'd hate for anything to have happened to her. She's shaken up, not stirred, but still she'll be fine. Glad to hear it. Sounds like she needs something to take a wee bit off the edge. And that happens to be one of me specialties. along with transwarp transporter technology and warp field mechanics. Really? Transwarp transporters? Wow, that's from the J.J. Abrams verse. Cassidy has been meeting me every evening in the bar for a spotted chair, but I've never seen her order a nerve tonic. Perhaps if I told you what she likes, you'll be able to figure out the right mix. The bartender will help you. What does Cassidy like to drink? I've seen Cassidy order these drinks. Phew, that's a lot. Well, Bavarian brandy. Cassidy didn't like the salty taste of Bavarian brandy, but she really enjoyed the fact it was garnished with a drop of honey that floated on the top of the drink. Bad garnishes get in the way of a fine beverage, if you ask me. Can you imagine putting a wee piece of pineapple in a glass of 20-year-old single malt? It's preposterous. So she really liked the fact that it was garnished, so let's make a note of garnished. And she didn't like the honey. Garnished with a drop of honey, sorry. I have taken note of that. Let's go to another drink. Blood wine. Whoopla. The only time I saw Cassidy order blood wine was when she was feeling under the weather, poor lass. She liked that it was served warm, but she hated those blasted heavy metal mugs that Klingons use, and the potency of it was a bit much for her to handle. A girl like Cassidy needs something with a little less kick. So she liked the fact that it was warm. Let's note warm. Back, let's go to Denevian mead. Sally bought Cassidy a Denevian mead a few nights ago. Ark, terrible sweet stuff like drinking syrup. Cassidy didn't like the cloying sweetness, and the wee barn broke out into hives because she was allergic to the fruit garnish. I'm not ordering that stuff again. So she didn't like fruit garnish. No fruit. No fruit. Back. Fire wine. Cassidy and I got into a drinking contest with a Klingon one night, and we ended up drinking fire wine. It's not as good as scotch, mind you, but it's better than drinking warp coil coolant. The next morning, after she picked herself up off the floor, Cassidy told me that the fire wine was so spicy that she was afraid it had eaten a hole through her stomach. I had to send her to see Bones for a checkup. Bones McCoy. Also, she said that drinking from those shallow bowls made her feel like someone's pet targ. Excuse me. So that's not the drink for her. Back. Let's try an Earth Martini. Martinis aren't my cup of tea, as it were, but Cassidy seemed to like them. She appreciates that a martini should be served as cold as possible, but since she nurses her drinks, the cold tends to dissipate and she doesn't get the full effect. Yes, because she likes it warm. She's quite fond of those fancy stemmed glasses though. Right, stemmed glasses, let's note that. Stemmed glasses. Back. Sumerian sunset. Cassidy really likes her Sumerian sunsets, mostly because of the sour taste. She likes it sour. She hates that the drink is so weak and has been trying to convince the bartender to add a garnish to it to make the happy feeling last longer. But he won't, because then it wouldn't be a Sumerian sunset. Me, I say a drink is a drink. If the lady wants a garnish, give her one. And finally, Skagarian whiskey. Cassidy really likes the little pick-me-up of a drop of Skagarian whiskey. Pick-me-up. That's important, I seem to remember, for a reason. But she doesn't like the wee shot glass or the silly little umbrellas. Whoever heard of putting a wee paper umbrella in a glass of whiskey? It's sacrilege. If I ever go to Skagara, I'm going to give them a piece of my mind. Well, that would be easy with transporter technology. Back. Okay. So, garnished with honey, warm, sour, stemmed glass, pick-me-up is what I've got written down. Let's go to the bartender and find if he's got something to match. Talk to bartender. I need a drink. Truer words were never spoken. I'll need some more details before I can make a drink for you. If you need help figuring out what combination of ingredients you want, you should talk to one of the other waitresses. That's what they're here for, after all. So, do you want it to be hot or cold? Well, I've talked to a waitress already, so we'll go for hot, since Cassidy likes warm, and she nurses her drink, so the hot will dissipate and become warm. What kind of flavour profile are you looking for? Well, she likes sour. She doesn't like sickly sweet or salty, and spicy makes her gut feel like it's got a hole in it, so sour. How strong do you want this drink to be? A little pick-me-up should do it. That's the one, I think. How would you like this drink to be served? Well, she liked the long-stemmed glasses, according to Scotty. And at last, but certainly not least, what kind of garnish would you like? Well, she liked a drop of honey. Okay, I hope I've got that right. That should be all the info I need. I'll put the drink on the bar when I'm done, and I'll put the bill on your tab. My tab? I don't have a tab. I'm from the future. Thank you. And there's the drink there on the bar. Pick up the glass. Oh, I just spilled it all over me rifle. Oh well. It's got a bit of gun grease in it, but Cassidy won't notice. Let's see if she likes it. Oh God, please let her like it so I don't have to go through all that again. Talk to Cassidy. Do you have a drink for me? Try this, you spoilt little brat. I love warm drinks, they're so relaxing. I'm glad you find the temperature pleasant. There's a lovely sour note to this drink. I feel so refreshed. I'm glad I thought this would be right for you. There's just enough oomph to this drink to make it really stick with you. I like that. You look like you could use a little pick-me-up. I love the style of this glass. It accentuates the flavour of the ingredients. Aesthetics are important. The right glass makes the right drink even better. Now, this drink will cost you 1 flux regulator. I am a Ferengi after all. Honey, oh, that bit of sweetness is just perfect. It adds the most delightful note to each sip. I'm glad even that last drop of this drink is making you happy. Now, about the regulator, and because it made you happy, I want a bit of latinum too. Gotta make a profit. Ah, that is marvellous. I'm feeling much better now, thank you. What tool was it you needed? A quantum flux regulator Mark II? I have one of those right here. Please take it as a thank you. Well, you better give me a Mark III, because I did go through all the trouble of getting you a drink. And the regulator isn't for me, it's for Scotty. And it's to save your life, you silly little girl. Okay, let's return to Scotty with our Mark II quantum flux regulator. Bloody Cassidy, I'd shoot her if I could. And rob the store. I've heard of someone's cousin Gayla who can get me a flux capacitor for half the price. Dr. Lieutenant Scott. The right tool for the right job. I'll start making the adjustments, but I don't know if I've got enough time. You cannot change the laws of physics. The trionic energy levels keep rising, and the sensors show that blasted Comet is to blame. Modulating the shields is not going to be something. It's not going to be enough. Something needs to be done about the Comet if we're going to live to see the morning. Excuse my reading, I'm laughing too much. Captain, the station is safe for now, but we still need to deal with the Comet in orbit and make a profit. If the Davidians are able to harness its energy, then they will be able to pull most of this sector into their phase variants. Past, present, it will all be disrupted. Beam back to your ship and destroy Diffin's Comet. Okay, let's beam to my D7 with Herald anti-protons on board. This is as close as the Comet's trajectory will take it to Drozana Station, Captain. We need to destroy the Comet while we still have time. Sir, a group of Klingon vessels have entered the system. The lead ship is hailing us, sir. Putting it on screen now. Captain Bavat. Ah, a ship from the House of Duros. I am Captain Bavat, son of Warot and leader of my house. My brother died due to Duras treachery. I will avenge his death with the destruction of 100 Duras ships. Prepare to die. The House of Duras, Worf's enemy. Captain, we can't afford to change the course of events and any more than they have been altered already. And we know that Captain Babette survives this day. We'll need to attempt to disable his forces. He'll be calling for reinforcements. We need to destroy the Comet and return to our own time before we're overwhelmed. Subdue Bavette's forces and destroy the Comet. Scan hexafluoric gas. At least I've got one space scanning. So now it's time to destroy the Comet and disable. Did I just gravity well him? Yep. Yeah, gravity well done. I don't know what went wrong with my weapons there, but they weren't responding. Scan the particles. Now destroy the Comet. I wonder what happens if you gravity well the comet. I know the comet breaks into 3, and then each piece breaks into another 3. Oh, we've got enemies on the horizon. Haven't got enough fire at will beams. That's disabled most of the Klingon ships for the time being. Now we do the Comet. Accolade complete. To the contrary. Oh, what's that? That's a Klingon ship. I thought they were more comets. Low resolution. More comet fragments now. Now who's this coming in? The IKS Qua. Why are we still shooting at him? We're supposed to return to the present. But how do we do that? As it doesn't say. Doesn't tell me how to return to the present. Is there a way to do it? Maybe it's waiting for me to stop combat. Or wait for my fire at will to finish. Or get out of range. There's no arrow on the map telling me where to go. Or what to do to get out of range. And there's no little button telling me how to leave. Ah, here we go. We're out of range, so and we're out of combat, so it came up. That did it, Captain. The remaining comet debris is too small to be a threat. Yeah, so am I. Little freaky called threat. Now we just need to find a way to... One moment, sir. I'm detecting a temporal anomaly. It's forming inside the acquisition. Fred, If you are receiving this message, then you and your crew have completed your mission. Difference Comet is destroyed, and the Davidians are no longer a threat to the Federation. You've done well, and to prove that I am not the immoral monster that some make me out to be, I'm going to help you. When you last docked at Deep Space K7, I had some modifications made to your vessel. One of those is the addition of a Borg temporal node, salvaged from a cube in the Batan cluster. It's set to return you to your time. Congratulations on a job well done. Drake out. Continue. And here we go. He's sent us home on autopilot. So, mission complete by the looks of things. And now he's report to neutral zone contact. Well, they'll probably contact us if I'm right. Yep, there we go. Excellent work. I knew I could count on you. The disappearance of Difference Comet in the 21st century will be a scientific curiosity. I've taken steps to suppress information that might reveal our involvement, and I trust that you and your crew will refrain from telling stories about what happened here. After all, we're getting along so well. One thing I hope you'll take away from all this is that any opinion you may have of the immorality of so-called rogue elements like Section 31 is a bit naive. Contrary to popular opinion among some Starfleet officers, we do not spend our days plotting evil and committing random acts of villainy like characters in a bad horror novel. We protect the Federation from threats. Thanks to you, the Davidians are no longer on that list. If you think about it, everything we do is to preserve the freedoms you so enjoy. You should be grateful. I am not grateful. For what does it serve to save our lives if we lose our souls in the process? Morality is important. Anyway, we get our fancy old school phaser, which is what I played this mission for. Collect reward. Accolade complete. I'm a Section 31 operative. So that was the 15th episode in the Klingon War from a Federation perspective. If I can find it. There it is. And this is Alt Lexington for America Revenge saying thanks for watching, good gaming to you, and hope you enjoyed it. Bye.